Good evening, you're watching Property Focus, your window into the world of architecture, building construction and real estate. It's International Women's Day 2020 and I hope you're enjoying this special day celebrating the women in your life. Today's episode is very special and one we had lots of fun putting together for you. We're celebrating women in the built environment in Kenya. Of course, we could not exhaust the long list of all you great women out there making an impact on this industry, but we have a few whom we believe have an outstanding achievement that echoes those of the very many other great women doing great things in the manufacturing, construction, real estate, and other fraternities within this massive industry. Now, take Dr. Jennifer Riria, the pioneer of women in microfinance and banking, who has established a strong movement of financially empowered women countrywide. After leading the Kenya Women Finance Trust, or KWFT, for over 3 decades as the group CEO, alongside the countless leadership roles, she's now at the helm of the Echo Network Africa as the executive director of the board. Dr. Riria's track record in finance and leadership is one of excellence and undeniable results. But as you will quickly realize upon meeting her, she's not a seeker of any accolades. Her primary pursuit is transformation of lives, more so the lives of women and families. This is one of the reasons why, together with her Echo Network Africa stakeholders, they've ventured into real estate and developed the ultra-modern commercial complex in Nakuru, the Jennifer Riria Hub. She'll be telling us more about this project in today's show. Please do not miss that interview. We'll also have the chair lady of the Women in Real Estate organization, commonly known as WIRE, talking to us about this influential group of women towering the male-dominated industry. What is the platform all about anyway? And how can you get wired today? Robin will be telling us about all that, and also another distinguished achiever in the construction and manufacturing industry is none other than Winnie Ngumi, the managing director and CEO of Space and Style Limited. An architect by profession, Winnie ventured into the construction business right after graduating in 2002 to supply specialized building solutions, and today her firm is a market leader in the regional construction industry. She's also going to be telling us more about the solutions they offer at Space and Style in this episode. As you can tell already, Property Focus is packed with empowering, inspiring, and entertaining features today that you cannot afford to miss. Make yourself comfortable, get yourself a cup of tea, and enjoy the show. I'm your host, Peter Ngigi. In line with this year's International Women's Day campaign theme, Each for Equal, we believe that each one of us can help create a more progressive world where there is an equal distribution of opportunities. This is to say that equality really is not just a women's issue, but we can all agree that the world can be a healthier, wealthier, and an overall more sustainable place with as many women as men in leadership and the technical industries such as building construction, amongst others. We have a good example right here of how this can happen. Jennifer Riria Hub is an exceptional investment development by women that is set to disrupt the business experience in Nakuru town while changing the lives of women through the Echo Network Africa. Let's hear about it from the developer herself. And welcome to Property Focus, Daktari.
Thank you for having me on the show.
Excellent. What a resplendent building.
Thank you.
What made you decide to invest in this particular decision or this particular building?
It was not my singular decision.
Yes.
It was actually a collective decision between management and the board. Of course, I advised the board on the technical issues of the institution. We had a property here, which was a small building which housed staff of the Kenya Women Microfinance Bank. Then, when we did buy it in 1994, we housed staff that worked on the microcredit program. We needed to do 2 things. To find a way of sustaining the programs of Echo Network Africa, which was then the Kenya Women Holding, the mother of the bank.
Okay.
And we decided we would develop this institution. We proved to the board there were enough internally generated resources to be able to do a size of a building, but we didn't know what until we got into the nitty-gritties of how to have a building. We knew we wanted a building that would bring in income, an income that is going to assist the institution to be self-sustainable.
So why did you choose this location?
This location was chosen for two reasons. Yes. Eco Network Africa does not work only in major cities. We work with women throughout the country. And we needed a presence in this region because we have women in this region that we work with. Yes.
Right in the heart of Nakuru.
Right in the heart of Nakuru.
And it's such an elaborate design. Why this design? What informed the decision to build this building in this shape and form?
That's an interesting question because this building is the second building by women, for women.
Wow.
Second to Maendeleo ya Wanawake building, which was built in 1959. So this is the second effort by women to stand and say we want to stand to be counted.
Amazing.
In the industry that is male dominated. Yes. And we felt that it would bring in resources better than, for example, putting it in the bank, because first of all, it's going to be here benefiting the county, in the sense that the services that are being offered through this building are services that are serving the people of Nakuru County, and women are part of that.
What's the capacity for the building?
This is an interesting building. It's a beautiful building. If you see it, it takes a shape of a lady sitting down, an elegant African woman sitting down. But it's yearly. People should come in here and feel laughter. It is a woman's building. It accommodates everyone. It accommodates restaurants, banks. Right on your right side, there's a banking hall, offices, a supermarket, shops for clothes and various other things. We have areas for entertainment on the second and third floor. We have offices they are to be occupied by anyone, lawyers, doctors, name them, on the third, fourth, and fifth floor. And we have a very beautiful space right on top on the fifth floor, overlooking Lake Nakuru.
Wow.
It's a beautiful site.
So are you selling or letting the building space?
Right now we are letting the building. The building is for letting. As you can see, there are already some customers that have already taken downstairs. Exactly. The other customers that are in the same different processes, different stages of being processed to enter the building. Okay. Yes, we are now at 5% occupancy, nice. But by mid-year we expect to be 50% occupancy.
50, not 100.
50. By end of the year it should be 100. Let's be realistic.
Let's be realistic.
Let's be realistic. You don't fill a building in one month.
True,
but really we do expect it's tweeted in a place where the ambience is good for any business. So we expect people to walk in.
Thank you very much for having us at this magnificent mall, and happy International Women's Day.
Thank you very much. Excellent. You are a son of a mother.
Thank you very much. Excellent. Up next, let's hear from the architect of this magnificent property. Excellent. Welcome to Property Focus.
Thank you very much.
Wonderful, Architect Yazir. So tell us, how did you respond to the client's brief?
A client comes to you, tells you that they want a building that is open, that is airy. Those are normal things we do as architects. But then when they start swinging in and they're saying it needs to represent women, now that becomes a challenge, especially for a man.
Okay.
That how then do you represent women in architecture? That for us became the challenge for this particular project. And that led us now to all the issues regarding studying issues of femininity. How then can we be able to bring all these things up in a tangible built form? So that's really how it started to develop, and we had to sit down and start cracking our heads to be able to bring that one out.
Okay. What are the unique features that the building has?
It's a mixed development. This is one of the things that we wanted to do here, that it's actually a mixed development. You have different kind of activities happening here. You have shops on the ground floor, you have restaurant on the ground floor, you have eatery spaces on the upper floors, you have spaces for banks, and on the upper levels we have spaces for what you might want to call corporate offices. So it's a mixed development, and that is what we wanted to do, is rather than having a building that is of a single use, we wanted to have a building that has all these different types of mixes, and anyone can come in. You have areas for play, as playgrounds for children, can easily be converted. Lots of terraces, as you have seen, at this level, the lower levels, even all the way to the roof, where you can be able to have parties and overlook the Lake Nakuru. So all these activities is what we believe would bring vibrancy into this particular project.
Excellent. Thank you very much for coming onto the show.
Thank you very much.
And there you have it. We're at the second beacon or monument that women have empowered themselves and just established. Up next, we've got the prime properties. Stay tuned.
Located at the junction of Tomboya and Kipchoge Keino Road in Nakuru town, the Jennifer Rehab boasts of more than 10,400 square meters in space. Key features include ample parking, a 24-hour CCTV security system, standby generator, sufficient water supply with borehole backup, lift access to all floors, and friendly structural design for senior citizens and persons with disabilities. To book our spaces, you can call Eco Network Africa on 0727 910 000 or 0738 910 000. You can also reach us through Muigai Commercial Agencies on 0787 33 888 or 0731 555 588. For more information, visit our website on www.jenniferrehab.co.ke.
Thank you for staying with us. We're taking a short break. Then we'll be back with Robin T. Emerson, the chair of the Women Real Estate Body, to chat about the welfare of women in this sector. Stay with us. And welcome back to Property Focus. Remember, you're following us on social media on Property Focus on Facebook, Twitter, and YouTube. Stay tuned. We're here with the Wire Chair. How are you doing?
Wonderful. I'm doing just
Welcome
fine.
to
Thank you very
Property
much.
Focus, Robin.
Thank you.
Excellent.
Yes.
Tell us about the Wire.
We are a network of women in the built environment. And then so it is women all across the whole spectrum of the sector, from the women that are contractors, that are artisans, ladies that are architects, urban planners like myself, construction managers, the whole spectrum, quantity surveyors, everyone in the built environment, all the way even up to marketers, to financiers, to manufacturers that affect the built environment. So this is about women that are in a sector that is heavily male dominated, a sector that heretofore has been a non-traditional workforce for women. But we are saying that we are capable, we are able, and we are here, and we're here to build Kenya.
Excellent.
Yes.
So when did you start?
Yes, so we actually had our official launch in November of 2016, but we are registered as a society, and that was done later in 2017.
So what are the benefits if a woman joins this organization or registers with this organization?
So there are several. You see, one of the things with Wire is that it's really about representation. There are many studies that show that we go for what we can see ourselves being, if you will. And so if somebody sees a woman in a position of leadership, in a position of built environment work, they can start to map that onto themselves and say, oh, that's something I can do. That's a career path I could see for myself. And so what women do is we bring all of the women that are either professors at many of the universities, that are leading many of the large financial institutions here, that are leading many of the built environment companies, and we're lifting their presence up and making them known so that young women, as they're coming up and they are making their career paths, they can see these ladies and say, I can aspire aspire to be that as well. And so people are deciding their careers that they had heretofore may have not seen the inspiration for that.
So what is the biggest challenge women are facing today
Well, I think the biggest
in the industry?
Yes. Well, yes, in the industry, are probably a little bit the same across the board. But I think in the industry, we're facing perception is probably the biggest challenge. Seeing women as actually being able to lead such, if you will, heavy physical works, if you will. But we're saying it has nothing to do with it has nothing to do with that necessarily. A woman doesn't necessarily have to go and lift a large stone.
Exactly.
There are machinery for that, but we don't want to stop there. We want to be the the CEO, exactly, the CEO, exactly. So those things are equal brain power and equal brain power, and so we are breaking those barriers in that perception to say that it's only brain power really that's required, but the women's perspective in the built environment is critical. We have a different perspective and a different view of the world. So when we design, we think differently. When we build, we build with a certain kind of eye and aesthetics, if you will, that kind of brings another experience for the user of the buildings, a user of the spaces. We think about where are the children going to play, where are they going to exist. We don't want to build 100% on a plot, if you will. We think of value in different manners. There's a report that came out that women on boards have a greater value in terms of the green, have a greater green value add, if you will, to projects, to businesses, and so forth.
Yeah.
And we believe that all of that, and that has a value. You can't see it on a balance sheet, but in terms of the value over time and its return, it's extremely high, and it has a Okay.
Now it's International Women's Day.
Yes.
Give us your parting shots.
Yes, so it is International Women's Day. We're excited about this. Wire actually hosts an annual breakfast on this International Women's Day. And so but my parting shot is that this is not just a women's business. We're calling on everyone to get and see this as a priority. We need all of the CEOs and the board chairs on every corporation to have this as a top priority, a top strategy for their business. It is important, and it takes leadership, and it needs somebody to drive it.
Well, thank you very much.
Thank you
for coming on to Property Focus.
Thank you for having Wire.
Excellent. Each for equal.
That's right, each for equal.
Wonderful.
Okay.
There you have it, and you've heard it from Robin Emerson herself. Up next, we've got the billboards and the materials profile thereon after. Stay tuned.
The Ridge by Saiton is a luxurious mixed-use development located in Ridgeways. Enjoy a limited offer starting at $7 million. Phase 1 is 50% sold. Invest sharp. Call us today to reserve a unit.
Now, as I briefed you earlier on, we're going to be learning about specialized building solutions here at the Space and Style studio with the CEO herself, Madam Winnie Ngumi. Welcome to Property Focus.
Thank you very much.
Excellent.
Thank you.
Now, tell us, is Space and Style a manufacturer or a retailer?
Space and Style is both. Okay. We started as a distributor. We were doing importation and distribution in Kenya. This has led to us having very good relationships with the built environment consultants, who at some point started asking for a product that is locally manufactured. I'm sure you're aware of the move to grow the brand Kenya under the Buy Kenya, Build Kenya initiative, where the government is actually supporting local content in a lot of the construction projects, especially in the affordable housing. So Space and Style aligned itself with this initiative under the Big Four agenda, and we started thinking about manufacturing. And we have gone into manufacturing in a big way. We've invested heavily in the plant, and we've taken as I mentioned, a long-term view to go into manufacturing. We are now working with other partners. By next year, we'll have launched additional lines just to grow our footprint in manufacturing. So we are both. If you are aware, businesses grow organically, and we've taken the approach to adopt an import substitution model where we'll increase our participation in manufacturing.
To meet the needs of other clients as well.
Oh yes.
Yes.
We've gone into a different market segment under manufacturing products. We are focusing on mass housing projects where with our Asili roofing tiles, we've been able to achieve actually a 30% price reduction on our roofing tiles. So we are able to reach a wider market. We have also worked on availability, which was a challenge. Decra tiles come from New Zealand. It takes us 14 weeks to get them here. With Asili, we are able to produce your tiles within a day or two. So we worked on two key aspects of our supply chain.
What are some of the trends that you've adapted to in the industry?
Take, for example, our FlowPlumb waste management system. We have picked solutions that are able to give the market specific performance. They come in and solve problems. We have solutions now that are able to solve the problem of smells. If you go into a lot of buildings today, you have the foul smells coming up the drainage or your sinks and toilets. We have found a solution that's able to eradicate that. We have solutions for chemical drainage, a very unique challenge that is facing a lot of players in the market. We have solutions that will manage grease.
Tell us about the smells, the solution for smells. The methane.
So for example, you find a lot of people don't appreciate the danger that they expose themselves to when they don't utilize fittings in their mechanical drainage systems, fittings that are able to trap smells. In the FlowPlumb systems, we have introduced fittings that have traps, water traps. If you think carefully, older buildings never had problems of bringing back foul smells into the space, into the internal space. But of late, you will walk into a hotel, you'll walk into an apartment block, your own home, and you will be hit by the smell when you walk into the toilet. This gas is actually very dangerous to us. And it's no wonder that we have all manner of respiratory issues. We have increased asthma cases, we have increased problems to do with breathing. And it's a lot to do with the space that we now use. Internally, we sleep in, we take showers and baths in spaces where foul smells and there are dangerous smells and gases that are coming back from the sewer system. We have found a solution, and we are providing a solution that will help block these smells from coming up or ventilate your mechanical system so that they're actually taken away, taken to where they belong, or even stopped from coming into your space.
Now, as a parting shot, as we celebrate International Women's Day today, what is the advice you'd like to give women in the industry?
Women have to show up. They have to raise their hands. They have to ask for leadership roles. They have to demand to be recognized, but not as a pity party. They have to ask through merit. We have to come up. We have to play our role in decision making, and in that way, we will gain the respect that we so deserve. Women are equal. We are not. We don't necessarily rely on affirmative action. We can take the table. Can take our positions on the table through merit because we deserve it. Yes.
There you have it from the lovely Winnie Ngumi. Remember, #each for equal. Stay tuned to Property Focus, and happy International Women's Day. Indeed, an equal world is an enabled world. We've come to the end of one of the most special episodes here at Property Focus, and we hope that the campaign on empowerment of women will progress to actual initiatives and effectively creating more opportunities for everyone in the built environment and other sectors in the global economy. Property Focus is without a doubt your window into the world of architecture, building construction, and real estate. Now, until next time, remember, it's #each for equal. I'm your host, Peter Ngigi.